Look what this guy wrote to me. Sneaky sub tactics, GG. What's the crack, lads? Welcome back to the channel, and today is your lucky day. We're going to be talking about one of the best tips in eFootball. So this is something that I don't see that many people talk about. It's very basic, but it's super overpowered. If you can get it into your head about switching sub tactic, confusing your opponent, and really keeping him guessing. I'm going to show you the first half of this video, right? The amount of people that I see and that I play against, and I do this myself, I am guilty of this myself, 100%. I do it continuously on stream, where you're letting a game develop, and you can see that things aren't going for you, but you keep going. You go a goal down, you don't change anything, you keep going. So I'm going to show you in this clip here, I'm literally going to let the first 15 minutes of this game go and show you everything that I'm doing wrong. When you're looking at this gameplay and saying, Barry, you're playing shit, you're passing into no space, you're getting blocked, it's too, there's no control over the game. And the biggest reason why is because this opponent has the advantage over me. You can see that tactically, he is absolutely dominating me. Even in the first 10-15 minutes of the game, you can actually see when you're looking at this clip, focus on the space, I have none. Focus on the attacks, I have none. Focus on me getting turned over in possession pretty much every time I try to press forward. So obviously this is due to him tight marking me or man marking my players. And you'll see that we've highlighted it here in the graph, where it's going to be his players are going to be literally on top of mine. They're going to be breathing down my neck. So when you're playing out wide, or if you're playing with wingers or a 4-2-1-3, if you're being tight marked or man marked in a central position or out wide, it completely closes off the passing lanes. It's kind of an overpowered thing that people are doing. However, I'm going to show you how to actually get around this by using a bit of, common sense, and also completely bamboozling people that when they actually don't know what to do, you can dominate them, right? So as I said, the first 15-20 minutes of the game, we actually are unlucky enough that we get a goal down. So you can see the pressure building. And sometimes in real time, you can be stubborn, especially with me when I'm streaming. I get very stubborn where I'm like, I'm not going to change things, I can beat this guy. And then boom, you're 2-0 down and it's game over. And most of the time, you'll just keep beating a dead horse, and there's no point. Now, I can already see with this guy that he's playing really well with Collar. He's using Collar as a knockdown. And you will see that the minute he scores a goal, he's going to go into retreat mode. He's going to go into defensive, and then that's time for change. So this is what I would talk about, right? And this is why a lot of the pro guys do what they do. They have a sub-tactic. They have a secondary plan of action when things aren't going their way. So I'm already after noticing in this game that he has completely taken Ronaldinho on my left midfielder and Beckham as my right midfielder out of the game. So what do? I switch my left winger or left midfielder Ronaldinho into a right forward position, and then also I'm going to bring Beckham in central, and I'm going to switch my sub-tactic, which you see there. So we've switched the sub-tactic now, which even if this guy presses pause, he's not going to be able to see what we're actually doing with the sub-tactic. Yes, you can see it on a certain screen, but by then it's usually too late. So when we fast forward on here to like our second, third attack, his AI is going to be completely bamboozled, right? You can see that Beckham, who the game has taught for up until now, because the game hasn't registered that I'm using sub-tactic, when you're switching between sub-tactic and going back and forth, the AI goes all over the place. Now, when he concedes here, he presses pause again. I'm going to switch my tactic again. I'm going to bring Ronaldinho from a right wing position over to a double AMF with Romario and Beckham in a little bit more centrally. So Beckham has now switched from a central back to a right mid. Ronaldinho's gone from right wing into an attacking midfielder position. Now this guy is probably kind of thinking to himself, right, I'm retreating, I'm going to just keep it tight, and he concedes a goal here where we just get a chance. That's a lucky break, and obviously I'm right back in the game now. But from here, from 60 minutes on the clock, this guy has gone from simply dominating me for the first 30-35 minutes of the game, tactically absolutely destroying me, to me now being with 62 minutes on the clock, having completely turned the tide. And I know for a fact that if I didn't change tactics and I didn't actually think about what I was doing, this guy was going to beat me 1-2-0, because he was just going to set up shop and he was just going to, stifle me out and suffocate me out. Also, when you are in a position like this as well, let me know if you guys want to see a video on possession where we talk about how and when to keep the ball. I have a passing video already done. I know you guys have probably seen that. But I think a lot of kind of where the game is separating the good from the great players now, and the pro level players, or like really good players, is knowing when to pass the ball and not getting caught in possession. Yes, you can still play meta. Yes, you can still do a lot of things. But I think this guy definitely, we'll see at the end of this video, right? Because he did actually message me, as you saw at the intro. This guy messaged me and he was like, you literally, with the sub tactic, you completely, glitched me out. My AI didn't know how to defend. And in fairness to this guy, he said sneaky sub tactics. It glitched me a few times. What he meant by that was that the AI could not track Beckham from right mid to centre mid, Ronaldinho from left mid to right wing. So I would say, number one tip, right? If you are looking to do this and improve as a player, learn to read what's developing on the play. If it's not working for you, I know it sounds stupid and I know it sounds so simple, but if you are sometimes being stubborn about changing things, just go in and change things sometimes for changing sakes. Switch your left midfielder to a centre and then have a couple of players rotating around. Let me know if this video helped you. Let me know if you want to see these more kind of tutorial-esque ones. I will talk to you later. Peace.